Senator Ted Cruz hammered Representative Beto O'Rourke as an ultra-liberal out of step with his state, and O'Rourke trashed Cruz as a slick politician unfit for his office in the first debate of the Texas Senate race Friday night, a pivotal moment in an unexpectedly close race that has captured national attention. Cruz spent the debate seeking to squash the enthusiasm that has O'Rourke running close in the polls, online donors pouring money into his campaign and Republicans discussing a big money rescue mission to save the seat for the GOP. Cruz tied O'Rourke to Hillary Clinton, Senator Bernie Sanders, House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi and other national Democratic figures unpopular in Texas, criticized him as soft on drugs and labeled him a gun grabber. With a raucous crowd cheering on both candidates, Cruz couldn't resist pressing his case even when asked by the moderators to say something nice about O'Rourke, saying he admired the Democrats' willingness to stand up for socialist beliefs and high taxes even though he knew it must be unpopular. "True to form," replied O'Rourke, who had just praised Cruz's parenting. The response was a refrain for O'Rourke throughout the evening, as he described Cruz as a divisive partisan who played politics and shirked his Senate duties to run for president. "This is why people don't like Washington, D.C. You just said something I did not say," the Democratic congressman said after Cruz attacked his rhetoric regarding police violence against African Americans. "This is your trick in the trade. To confuse and to incite based on fear." Cruz did not let up. "Just now, Congressman O'Rourke repeated things he knows aren't true," Cruz said. "That rhetoric does damage." The two candidates traded sharp blows on every policy topic that came up, from guns, immigration and health care to NFL players demonstrating during the national anthem and feelings toward President Donald Trump. O'Rourke stood by some of his more progressive positions, including a pathway to citizenship for illegal immigrants and his support for an assault weapons ban and stricter background checks. He also repeated a quote from a viral video of him speaking about NFL players kneeling during the national anthem, saying, "There's nothing more American than that." Cruz, an accomplished collegiate debater, summed up his immigration position in 4 words: legal, good, illegal, bad. He criticized kneeling during the national anthem, and he promoted his own work defending the Second Amendment before the Supreme Court. Cruz, who finished second in the Republican presidential primary, faced a tough question about his willingness to work with Trump, who repeatedly insulted him and his family during the campaign and famously nicknamed him Lion Ted. Cruz defended his reversal and willingness to work with Trump once he took office. "Yes, I could have chosen to make it about myself, to be selfish and say my feelings are hurt so I'm going to take my marbles and go home, but I think that would have been not doing the job I was elected to," Cruz said. O'Rourke responded with his most aggressive criticism of Cruz, and of Trump. He said Cruz's response to Trump's personal attacks were his business, but accused the Republican senator of being unwilling to stand up to Trump even when it harmed the state and country. "When the president attacks our institutions, this country, allows a foreign power to invade our democracy, that is our business," O'Rourke said. "We need a U.S. senator who will stand up to this president where we must, and work with him where we can." O'Rourke faced difficult questions as well, including about his arrest for drunk driving decades ago. He insisted that he did not attempt to flee the scene of an accident, contrary to the account of a witness, but apologized for driving while drunk. He said the incident illustrated the value of second chances and informed his position in favor of criminal justice reform. O'Rourke also criticized Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh, saying he does not meet the bar for Texas to serve on the Supreme Court and calling for the FBI to investigate Christine Blasey Ford's allegation that Kavanaugh sexually assaulted her when they were in high school. Cruz said he hoped Kavanaugh and Blasey Ford would testify before the Senate Judiciary Committee about the allegations. And he linked O'Rourke to Clinton, again, on judges. Congressman O'Rourke agrees with Hillary Clinton, Cruz said. He wants liberal judicial activists on the court. Those are radical views, and they're not views that are consistent with the overwhelming majority of Texans.